Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're exploring something absolutely insane. What if Naruto was the reincarnation of Gall D. Roger, the Pirate King? Think about it, Roger's haki abilities are completely broken in the ninja world. Conqueror's haki that knocks out armies, observation haki that makes Sharingan look basic, and armament haki tanking any jutsu. Plus Roger's legendary charisma and mature leadership replacing Naruto's childish personality. That's absolutely epic. So we took this concept and flipped everything. Naruto's sister gets the 9 tails, Orochimaru trains Naruto while Jiraiya trains Sasuke, and when Roger's memories fully awaken, he reshapes the entire ninja world with the philosophy of freedom and adventure. If this sounds amazing, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Alright, let's dive into this masterpiece. POV Naruto Uzumaki, Konoha Ninja Academy, Graduation Day. The morning sun, bright and insistent, spilled over the rooftops of Konoha, igniting the dew-frosted grass and pushing back the stubborn mist clinging to the training grounds. In the heart of the hidden leaf, students milled outside the academy's old wooden doors, the tension of graduation palpable, a silent contest of nerves, hope, and pride. Naruto Uzumaki stood apart. Not out of shyness, he met every glance with that infuriating, irrepressible grin, but from habit. Even here, where every child dreamed of the same glory, the space around him remained empty, a moat of whispered rumors and sidelong looks. His untamed blonde hair bristled in the breeze, wild as the sea, blue eyes reflecting the open sky. He bounced on the balls of his feet, hands shoved in his pockets, humming a tune that wasn't quite Konoha, something old, wistful, a memory half-remembered. Yo-ho-ho on these endless seas. A distant voice boomed through the windows, cutting off the melody. Academy graduates, line up inside. Time to show what you're made of. Naruto's lips quirked. He straightened, only to stagger when a smaller form barreled into his side. Nick-san, you're humming that song again. Kashi Uzumaki, his little sister, blinked up at him, her cheeks round and pink, a cloud of red hair tumbling over her shoulders. She clutched her forehead protector, brand new, shining silver, as if it might fly away. Her eyes, so much like his own, sparkled with nervous energy. Naruto draped an arm over her shoulders, squeezing her gently. Can't help it, Kashi, the song just comes to me sometimes. She smiled, her nerves dissolving in his presence. You'll pass for sure, right? Even if they say you can't. Hey, he interrupted, lowering his voice so only she could hear. You ever seen a ship set sail just because everyone else said it would? Nah, we'll chart our own course, Kashi giggled, a musical sound. That's so weird, Nick-san, but I like it. Together, they stepped into the academy, facing a sea of doubt with 2 pairs of blue eyes and only each other to lean on. POV Uruka Yumino Academy Classroom. Uruka watched the students file in, his gaze settling, inevitably, on the 2 Uzumakis. Even among the next generation's best, they stood out, though for reasons no parent would envy. Kashi, sweet, diligent, but carrying a secret so heavy it bent the very air around her. Naruto, all bravado and wild energy, yet the only child Uruka had ever met who couldn't muster even the faintest flicker of chakra. He frowned, fingers drumming against the exam list. Every year he wondered if Naruto's presence was a mistake, a security risk, the elders whispered. But then he remembered the boy's grin, the way his voice carried in the silence, and Uruka's heart rebelled. All right, he called, snapping the room to order. Today's test is simple. Clone Jutsu, demonstrate 1 solid copy, step forward when called. The room buzzed, tension crackling like static. One by one, students advanced, performing the basic technique with varying degrees of success. The room thinned. Naruto's name approached. Uruka's jaw tightened. Please let him succeed just this once. POV Naruto Uzumaki Academy Classroom. Naruto Uzumaki. He strode forward, shoulders squared, every step deliberate. Whispered voices trailed after him. He can't do it, he's the weird one, his sister's worse, but he let them roll off like water over polished wood. He knew this test, he knew he'd fail. No matter how he focused, no matter how he strained, chakra would not answer his call. It was as though a door remained shut, locked from the inside, no key in sight. Still, he pressed his palms together just as he'd seen others do and willed something, anything, to happen. Nothing. Not even a whimper of smoke. The silence pressed in, uncomfortable. Naruto felt the weight of dozens of eyes. He looked up, grinning, masking the sting with bravado. Guess the old C's not with me today, eh? A ripple of laughter swept the room, not kind laughter. Uruka's face was a careful mask of neutrality. Naruto, is that your attempt? He nodded. Sensei, the winds weren't right. Mizuki, hovering nearby, sneered, hopeless as usual. Something old and hot rose in Naruto's chest, a pressure, swelling, beating against his ribs. Uruka hesitated. That's a fail, Naruto, I'm sorry. A familiar ache, old as memory, stabbed through him, but before the pain could settle, a different sensation burst outward, flooding the room. It was as if the air thickened, turning heavy, electric. Somewhere deep inside, an ancient voice rumbled. The seas answer only to those who command them. Stand tall, boy. The next instant, half the room staggered, knees buckling. A few students collapsed outright, faces blanching, eyes rolling back. Mizuki dropped his clipboard, gaping. Naruto blinked, bewildered. He felt lighter, stronger. Something unseen crackled at his fingertips, not chakra, but an energy as old as the world itself. Uruka steadied himself, wide-eyed. What in the world? That pressure, no chakra signature at all. Kashi gasped, rushing to her brother's side. Nick-san, what was that? Naruto looked at his hands, flexing his fingers. Don't rightly know, Kashi, but it felt right. Uruka cleared his throat, shaking off the stupor. All right, everyone, let's take a short break. Naruto, Kashi with me now. POV Uruka Umino Teacher's Lounge. Uruka closed the door behind them, the air inside thick with the scent of chalk and nerves. Naruto slouched against the wall, affecting nonchalance while Kashi hovered anxiously. Uruka faced them both, choosing his words with care. Naruto, what happened just now? It wasn't chakra, but somehow you knocked out half the class. Naruto shrugged, almost apologetic. Didn't mean to, it just happened. Uruka's brow furrowed. You didn't feel anything strange, no hand signs, no focus. Naruto hesitated. He wanted to say no, but flashes, a great ship, sails billowing, men crumpling before a single glance. Laughter, bold and free. A king without a crown, ruling with presence alone. His heart hammered, just got angry, I guess, like a storm coming up sudden. Uruka knelt, meeting Naruto's gaze. You're different, Naruto. That doesn't make you dangerous, just special, but you must be careful. Kashi stepped forward, fists clenched. Nick-san would never hurt anyone on purpose. He's not a demon, neither of us are. Naruto rested a hand on her shoulder, steadying her. Easy, Kashi. The seas have their storms, but the sun always rises. Uruka let out a breath, tension easing. You two, you've got each other. That counts for something. A knock at the door interrupted them. Mizuki, face pale, peering inside. We still need to finish the exams. Uruka stood. Of course, Naruto, you'll have another chance next year, but I'll note what happened today. It may matter more than you know. Naruto forced a smile. Sensei, wouldn't be the first time a captain set adrift, eh? Kashi squeezed his hand, refusing to let go. POV Naruto Uzumaki, streets of Konoha, dusk. The sun dipped low, shadows stretching like fingers across the village. Naruto and Kashi walked side by side, her head pressed to his arm. Sorry, Kashi, guess we'll be in the academy together a bit longer. She shook her head, earnest. That's okay, Nick-san, I like being with you. Besides what you did, it was amazing. I could feel it even without chakra, like everyone was listening, even the trees. Naruto blinked, surprised. You felt that too, huh? She nodded. Maybe it's your own kind of power, not chakra, something older. A laugh bubbled up, unexpected, bright. Lass, maybe we both got treasures locked away inside us, eh? They rounded a corner, passing villagers who eyed them with a mix of suspicion and fear. Whispers followed, the demon siblings, cursed children, dangerous. Naruto met every gaze head-on, unyielding. Kashi clung tighter, but he straightened, unbowed. I'll protect her, whatever it takes, that be the way of it. They reached their small apartment, tucked above a ramen shop. The scent of broth drifted through the floorboards, familiar and comforting. Inside, Kashi flopped onto her futon, kicking off her sandals. You hungry, Nick-san? I'll make instant ramen. Naruto grinned, rummaging for bowls. That ramen be fine treasure, lass. Let's eat like kings tonight. She giggled, ducking into the kitchen. You talk funny sometimes, Nick-san. He paused, a distant ache flickering behind his smile. Funny or forgotten. Flashes again, a bar, rowdy laughter, tankards clinking. Words he shouldn't know, bounty, treasure, the call of the grand line. He shook it off, guess I'm just a little odd. Kashi peeked out, that's okay, I like odd. The noodles boiled, filling the space with warmth. For a moment, the weight of the world outside melted away, leaving only the gentle glow of two siblings sharing a meal and the memory of a king lost to time. As they finished, Kashi set her chopsticks down, thoughtful. Nick-san, what do you want to do when you become a ninja? Naruto leaned back, arms crossed behind his head. The answer came without thinking, strong and sure. I want to see what's beyond these walls, find the truth behind it all. The real treasure, the complete truth, they called it. Kashi blinked. Who, they? He faltered, a ripple of confusion. Not sure, just feels right somehow. She smiled, sleepy, then let's find it together. Naruto looked out the window, moonlight painting the rooftops silver. Somewhere deep inside, something ancient stirred, waiting, watching, bidding its time. The sea's call, boy, the journey's only just begun. POV, Kashi Uzumaki, early morning, Uzumaki apartment. A gentle hand brushed against Kashi's cheek, rousing her from a dreamless sleep. Naruto's voice, rough but soft, filtered through the haze of morning. Rise and shine, Kashi, the day won't wait for us, She smiled, eyes fluttering open. Her brother, tousled hair, mischievous grin, that same blue gaze she'd clung to since she could remember. Kashi sat up, tucking her legs beneath her. It's still early, even the birds are sleeping. Naruto gave a lopsided grin. The world's always moving, little lass, gotta greet the sun like a captain greets the dawn. He nudged her with a bowl of steaming instant ramen, breakfast of pirate kings, or so he claimed. Kashi took it, inhaling the savory steam. Did you dream last night? She asked quietly. He hesitated, gaze flickering. Ships and storms, laughter and thunder. None of it made sense, but it felt big. It felt like home, but not this home. Kashi nodded. She, grown used to these strange answers, learned to read the silent shadows in his eyes. Sometimes it frightened her, her strong, fearless brother looking lost in memories that couldn't belong to him. But she wouldn't let him face it alone. Not now, not ever. She reached out, resting her hand on his. You're not alone, Nick-san. No matter what the villagers say, I'm with you. Naruto blinked, his smile softening. Kashi, we stick together, that's our code. The siblings ate in companionable silence, the quiet only broken by the sizzle of ramen and distant bustle of market stalls below. Naruto finished first, stretching until his joints popped. Come on, Academy awaits. If we're late, Uruka-sensei might make us swab the floors. He grinned, a pirate's gleam in his eye. Kashi rolled hers in return, but the warmth in her chest lingered. Together, they set out. POV, Naruto Uzumaki, Konoha Streets, dawn. They walked side by side, Kashi's arm tucked through his, following the winding lanes that led to the academy. The village bustled awake, merchants rolling out carts, old women sweeping their stoops, shinobi darting across rooftops. But wherever the Uzumaki siblings walked, a hush fell. Conversations faltered, stares lingered a little too long. A child, his cheeks smudged with dirt, whispered to his friend, "That's them, the demon siblings." His mother yanked him away, her eyes sharp with warning and something colder. Naruto caught her gaze and held it, unflinching. She looked away first. Kashi squeezed his arm. "They're just scared, Nick-san, of me, not you." Naruto's laugh was low, almost careless. They don't know what to make of a captain with no crew. But Kashi saw the way his jaw tightened, the way his hands curled at his sides. She slipped her fingers into his, silent reassurance. As they turned a corner, a group of older boys blocked the path. Mizuki's nephew among them, smirking, arms folded, hungry for trouble. "Hey, Uzumakis, why don't you take the back alleys? You're scaring everyone," the ringleader jeered. "Or are you both planning to curse us too?" Kashi flinched. Naruto stepped forward, the morning light glinting off his hair. His posture shifted, shoulders back, chin up, as if squaring against a storm. "You want to talk about curses, lad?" he rumbled, the cadence of someone older, the room's attention pulled by something invisible. It takes a mighty weak will to blame children for grown men's fears. The boy faltered, suddenly uneasy. The others shuffled, uncertain. The air thickened, observation hacky flaring, a subtle pressure weighing on them. None could name it, but they felt it all the same, the urge to step aside, to let these siblings pass. Kashi's hand tightened on his sleeve, a silent plea. Naruto relented. He offered a half grin, stepping around them, never breaking eye contact. Good lads know when to mind their own course, he finished, voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. As they walked on, the tension ebbed. Kashi let out a breath she hadn't realized she was holding. You scared them, Nick-san. He ruffled her hair. Sometimes all a captain needs is a bit of presence, even if it's only to keep the crew in line. Kashi laughed, the last of her nerves melting away. POV Sakura Haruno Academy hallway. Sakura ducked around a corner, clutching her books to her chest. She'd seen the confrontation, felt it really. That strange, prickling sensation in her gut when Naruto spoke, the way the bullies seemed to shrink away. He confused her, not just because he couldn't use chakra, everyone knew that, but because he was different, confident even when he shouldn't be. She remembered yesterday's exam, the way the room had gone cold, the shock on Uruka-sensei's face. What are you, Naruto? She glanced at Kashi walking in her brother's shadow. The girl was younger, softer, but the village feared her even more. The whispers followed them everywhere, demon siblings, Jinchuriki, cursed blood. But when Sakura looked at their faces, Naruto's stubborn grin, Kashi's gentle smile, she couldn't reconcile the rumors with the reality. They're just people like me. Sasuke passed her in the hall, silent as always, but she caught his narrowed gaze flicking to Naruto. For a moment, she thought Sasuke might approach him. He didn't. Sakura shook her head, hurrying to class. POV Naruto Uzumaki, Academy classroom morning. Uruka took attendance, voice steady but tired. The aftermath of yesterday's incident lingered, half the class whispering, others staring at Naruto with newfound wariness. Today, Uruka began, we'll review transformation techniques. Pairs please, Sakura, Sasuke, you two together. Naruto, Kashi, pair up. Naruto grinned at his sister, just like old times, Kashi. She nodded, bouncing a little in her seat. I'll try my best. Uruka demonstrated, shifting smoothly into the Hokage's form, then reverting with a puff of smoke. Remember, focus your chakra into the jutsu. Sorry. Naruto, you may use your alternative method if you have one. A ripple of laughter moved through the class. Naruto ignored it, stepping forward, Kashi at his side. Ready, lass? She nodded, closing her eyes. A moment later, she shimmered, her form blurring and shifting. In her place stood a near-perfect copy of Uruka, minus the height. Uruka smiled, clapping lightly. Well done, Kashi. Naruto, your turn. Naruto stood, the weight of the room on his shoulders. He couldn't use chakra, never had, but he remembered something else, something older. The feeling from yesterday when the air thickened, when wills bent. Focus not on the energy inside, but the presence outside. Command the world as you would a crew. He closed his eyes, the room hushed, anticipation thick. A faint wind brushed through the classroom, impossible yet undeniable. For an instant, those watching felt the impression of Naruto's presence expanding, becoming larger, filling the space. His body didn't change, but those around him believed it had, seeing flickers of other faces, other forms. Was he taller, older? Did his hair glint with gold, his eyes harden with years? Uruka gaped, the students blinked, startled, swearing they seen Naruto become someone else if only for a heartbeat. Naruto opened his eyes. That do it, sensei. Uruka found his voice. I suppose it did, in your own way. Sasuke watched silent, something unreadable in his gaze. The lesson continued, but whispers filled the corners of the room. Did you see that? It was like he was someone else for a second. He's so weird. Naruto ignored them, winking at Kashi, who beamed back with pride. POV Kashi Uzumaki, Academy Courtyard lunch. Kashi found her usual spot beneath the willow tree, unpacking her modest lunch, a pair of rice balls and a thermos of miso soup. Naruto joined her, flopping onto the grass with exaggerated exhaustion. Phew, if I hear chakra one more time, I might start speaking in pirate just to spite them. Kashi giggled, handing him an onigiri. You do that anyway, Next-san. He bit in, grinning. Aye, lass, maybe the sea's got more sense than all these ninja. She leaned against him, letting the sun warm her face. For a few precious moments, they were just brother and sister, no curses, no fear, no whispers. A shadow fell across them. Kashi looked up, startled to see Sakura hovering nearby, fiddling nervously with her lunchbox. Can I sit with you?" Sakura asked, voice barely above a whisper. Naruto arched a brow. "Sure, Haruno, the more the merrier. Every crew needs a medic after all." Sakura blushed, settling down beside Kashi. "Thanks, I wanted to say you did great in class today, both of you." Kashi brightened. "Thank you, Sakura. I practiced extra hard. Nick-san helps me." Sakura smiled, genuine. "I could tell." Naruto stretched, casting a sideways glance. "You ever think about what's outside these walls, Sakura, beyond Konoha?" She blinked. "Not really. My parents say it's dangerous, but sometimes I wonder why." Naruto looked to the horizon, something distant in his eyes. "Because the world's bigger than any village. There's truth out there, treasure you can't lock away. I aim to find it." Kashi nodded, squeezing his arm. "Me too." Sakura watched them, a pang of envy and admiration blooming in her chest. For a moment, the demon siblings didn't seem so different after all. POV Kakashi Hatake Academy Rooftop Afternoon. Kakashi crouched atop the roof, masked face impassive as he surveyed the training grounds below. His single visible eye narrowed as he tracked Naruto and Kashi. He'd heard the stories every jounin had, the boy with no chakra, the girl with too much, demon siblings feared and shunned. But what Kakashi felt when he observed Naruto was something else entirely. A presence familiar yet impossibly ancient. The boy moved through the world like it owed him nothing and everything, unbowed by rejection. He shouldn't have been able to do what he did in the exam. No chakra, no genjutsu, just will, raw, unyielding will. And the girl, Kashi, her chakra is so dense I can sense it from here, like a storm bottled up. Kakashi flipped open his orange book, though his gaze never left the siblings. Ma, maybe I'm just getting old, or maybe the next generation really will surprise us." He closed the book, rising as the academy bell rang out. "Time to meet my new team. This should be interesting." POV Naruto Uzumaki Streets of Konoha Evening. Classes ended early for the day. Naruto and Kashi wandered the streets, free for a few rare hours. Kashi tugged him toward the market, eyes bright. "Nick-san, can we get taiyaki? Just once, please." Naruto relented, flipping a worn coin in his palm. "Lass, today we eat like kings, let the villagers stare." The vendor hesitated as they approached, but Kashi's shy smile won him over. 2 piping hot pastries changed hands. Naruto handed over the coins, winking at the merchant. "A good day for business, friend. May the winds bring you fortune." The vendor stared, unsure whether to be grateful or afraid. Naruto led Kashi to a bench, splitting the taiyaki with her. As they ate, a pair of elderly women passed by, whispering loudly enough for them to hear. "Why do they let those children wander? It's not safe. The boy's cursed, the girl, she's the vessel." Kashi's shoulders hunched. Naruto slipped an arm around her, voice gentle. "They don't know you, Kashi, let em talk. Their fear's their own chain, not yours." She nodded, tears threatening. "Do you think it'll always be like this?" He tilted her chin up, forcing her to meet his eyes. "Not forever. The world changes, one tide at a time. Someday they'll see you for who you are, a hero, not a demon." A tiny smile broke through her gloom. "You promise?" Naruto grinned, his presence radiating warmth, conqueror's hacky thrumming just beneath the surface. That I do, cross my heart, Kashi." They sat in silence, watching the sun dip behind the rooftops, a golden promise burning in the sky. POV Uruka Yumino, Academy Records Room Night. Uruka rifled through the student files, moonlight casting pale shadows on the worn paper. He paused over the Uzumaki siblings, records thicker than most, annotated with warnings and rumors. He tapped his pen against Naruto's file, frowning. No chakra, but so much presence, like he's lived 100 lives already. He turned to Kashi's, red stamps, classified seals, all the usual trappings of fear. How did it come to this? 2 children carrying the sins of the past. He closed the folders, resolve hardening in his chest. "If no one else will protect them, I will." POV Naruto Uzumaki, apartment rooftop, midnight. Naruto sat cross-legged atop the building, Kashi asleep below. The city was quiet, save for the distant howl of dogs and the soft hush of wind. He closed his eyes, letting the silence fill him. Old memories flickered, a ship at sea, laughter in the storm, voices calling his name, Roger, Pirate King, Captain. He clutched his chest, the ache familiar now. Who am I really, a boy with no chakra or someone else entirely? The answer eluded him, but the determination in his heart never wavered. I'll protect her, I'll find the truth, whatever it takes. Far below, a single light shone in Uruka's office, and somewhere on the wind, a bell tolled midnight. The world turned and the journey pressed onward. POV Naruto Uzumaki Academy morning. The Academy's stone corridors buzzed with rumors, names scribbled on slips, shuffled and sorted behind closed doors, destinies changed by the luck of a draw. Graduation day's shadow had finally passed. Now came the real test, team formation. Naruto stood by the window, sunlight caught in his wild hair. He watched Kashi seated across the hall, her legs swinging, anxiety fluttering across her face. Their morning had been a quiet one, shared ramen, Kashi's humming filling the silence, Naruto's own thoughts a tangled net of old echoes and new hope. He pressed his forehead to the cool glass, breath fogging a faint patch. Teamwork A, ships never sailed far with a crew at odds. Memory flickered sly as moonlight. You can't rule the seas alone, brat, even kings need a crew. He blinked, where had that voice come from? He glanced at Kashi. She was watching him now, small and brave. He mouthed, it'll be all right, Kashi, and she grinned, holding up crossed fingers. Uruka's voice rang out, silencing the chatter. Listen up, I'll read the team assignments now. Remember, your squad is your new family, so treat them right. Naruto grinned, family about time. POV Sakura Haruno Academy Hall. Sakura clutched her schedule, heart thumping. Sasuke's name kept flickering through her mind. What if we're on the same team? What if I'm not? Uruka's voice read off names, teams assembling, faces lighting with hope or falling in disappointment. Team 7, Uruka called, Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uzumaki. Sakura's breath caught. She wanted this, hadn't she? But as she glanced at Naruto, who flashed that infuriating grin, she felt a new uncertainty. Sasuke, arms crossed, regarded them both with an appraising calm, black eyes sharp. Kashi waved from across the room, smiled just a little wistful. Sakura hurried to her new teammates, settling beside Naruto, who greeted her with a "Mornin', Sakura, ready to set sail?" She frowned, set sail, we're not pirates, Naruto. He just winked, maybe you're not, but a crew's a crew, no matter the vessel. Sasuke rolled his eyes, let's just get this over with. Uruka finished the assignments, then clapped for silence. Team 7, your Jounin sensei will meet you after lunch in classroom 3A. Until then, get to know each other. POV Naruto Uzumaki Academy Courtyard. Sunlight danced through the branches as Team 7 found a quiet corner in the courtyard. The awkwardness was palpable, thick enough to chew. Sasuke leaned against a tree, arms folded, gaze flickering between his teammates. Sakura perched on a bench, glancing at Sasuke with open admiration, but she stole curious glances at Naruto too. Naruto sprawled on the grass, hands tucked behind his head, looking up at clouds. He waited for someone to break the silence. Sakura fidgeted, so, Sasuke, what do you think our sensei will be like? Sasuke shrugged, doesn't matter, I'll become stronger no matter who it is. Naruto snorted, grinning, you sound like a lad with a map but no compass, Uchiha, crews only as strong as their captain. Sakura blinked, what does that even mean? Naruto propped himself up on one elbow, means a ship without trust won't last the storm, I figure we ought to learn to work together, Sasuke's mouth twisted, and what makes you think you should be captain? Naruto laughed, a deep, rolling sound. Captain, nah, that's just habit talking, but every ship's got its leader and every crew's got their strengths. I say we figure out who's who before the seas get rough. Sakura stared at him, surprised by the maturity in his words. He's not what I expected. Kashi's gentle voice interrupted, approaching with her own teammates. Nick-san, do you want to eat lunch with us? Naruto's expression softened. Aye lass, let's call it a council of captains. Sakura and Sasuke exchanged glances, uncertain but curious. The four siblings, by blood or by fate, shared lunch beneath the trees, laughter and pirate jokes mingling with dreams of tomorrow. POV Kashi Uzumaki Academy grounds. Kashi watched her brother with pride and worry interwoven. Naruto's laughter drew people in sometimes, even Sasuke and Sakura. But she could still see the hurt lurking beneath his bravado, the loneliness he masked with swagger. She looked to her own team, Kenji, a bookish boy with hair always in his eyes, and Emi, a tall girl whose silence hid a quick wit. They were polite enough, but wary of her. Kashi offered them rice balls, her brightest smile in place. You know, my Nick-san says that the best crews eat together. Want some? Kenji hesitated, then took one, muttering thanks. Emi nodded, chewing thoughtfully. Kashi's heart fluttered. Maybe, just maybe, things would be different this year. She glanced over at Team 7, Naruto already halfway through a terrible pirate joke, Sakura groaning, Sasuke actually smirking. It was a start. POV Sasuke Uchiha Academy bench afternoon. After lunch, Team 7 drifted toward their assigned classroom. Sasuke walked a few paces ahead, but he listened. He was always listening. Naruto talked easily, never seeming to run out of words. Sakura hovered nearby, more relaxed now, occasionally laughing at his absurd pirate metaphors. But beneath the nonsense, Sasuke sensed a strength, something deeper than empty bravado. He remembered the exam, the strange pressure that had knocked students unconscious, the rumors swirling about Naruto's curse. He'd watched Naruto and Taijutsu practice too, unorthodox but effective, fast, confident, predictive, even like he knew what was coming before it happened. Sasuke narrowed his eyes. You're hiding something, Uzumaki. He pushed the thought aside as they reached classroom 3A. POV Naruto Uzumaki, classroom 3A. The classroom was empty except for a trio of chairs and a lonely desk. Naruto slouched in one, propping his feet up, humming that tune again, yo-ho-ho, over endless seas. Sakura rolled her eyes, but she smiled. Sasuke glanced at the clock. Our sensei's late. Naruto grinned. Aye, good captains always keep their crew waiting, makes the meeting all the sweeter. Sakura giggled despite herself. You're impossible, Naruto. He waggled his eyebrows. Only if you're trying to resist the call of adventure, Sakura. She blushed. Sasuke groaned. Time ticked by. 5 minutes, 10, 15. Sakura grew impatient. Sasuke tapped his foot. Naruto began balancing a pencil on his nose. Finally, the door slid open with a lazy SHFF. Kakashi Hatake, mask, slouch, and a visible air of not giving a damn, ambled in, eye half-lidded. Yo, Kakashi intoned, waving a hand. You're all late. Sakura sputtered, what? We've been here for 20 minutes. Kakashi ignored her, pulling a small orange book from his pocket. Meet me on the roof. We'll begin introductions there. Naruto brightened. Rooftop meeting. Now we're talking. All the best pirate councils happen under open sky. Sasuke muttered something under his breath. POV Kakashi Hatake Academy rooftop. The sun was high, sky cloudless, wind teasing at loose papers. Kakashi perched atop the guardrail, book in hand, Team 7 arrayed before him. He snapped the book shut, eye crinkling in amusement. Right, introductions, you first, pink hair. Sakura straightened, reciting, I'm Sakura Haruno. My hobbies are reading and gardening. My goal is, well, she darted a glance at Sasuke, blushed, then firmed her resolve. To become a great kunoichi and maybe a medical ninja. Kakashi nodded, dark hair. Sasuke spoke low and steady. Sasuke Uchiha, I have no hobbies. My goal is to avenge my clan. Naruto opened his mouth to comment, but stopped himself. The air cooled, the moment heavy. Kakashi let the silence linger, then pointed to Naruto. Blonde, your turn. Naruto grinned. Naruto Uzumaki. My hobby is eating ramen with my sister. My dream is to become Hokage and find the complete truth, the real treasure of this world. He straightened, meeting Kakashi's eye, presence radiating out. A captain's nothing without a crew, so I aim to make mine the finest this world's ever seen. Sakura blinked at the odd phrasing, but something about the way he said it, unashamed, earnest, moved her. Kakashi eyed Naruto, that strange sense of familiarity tugging at him again. A presence beyond his years, and that phrase, complete truth. Where have I heard that before? He snapped out of it. Right, you're all unique, I'll give you that. Tomorrow morning, meet me at training ground 3. Don't eat breakfast, you'll throw up, that's a promise. He vanished in a swirl of leaves, leaving only the faint scent of old paper and anticipation behind. POV Naruto Uzumaki, streets of Konoha, sunset. Naruto walked home with Kashi, who listened eagerly as he described their new sensei. "He's a strange one, Kashi, slouches worse than an old sailor, but I reckon he's sharp underneath." Kashi giggled, "Sounds like you, Nick-san, except you're not lazy." Naruto tousled her hair, "Only because I've got you to keep me honest." They paused outside a bakery window. Inside, a family laughed over dinner. The mother glanced up, caught sight of the siblings, and quickly turned her children away. Kashi's face fell. Naruto's jaw set. He knelt so his eyes were level with hers. "Doesn't matter what they see, Kashi, you and me, we're a crew, that's all we need." She nodded, blinking back tears. He stood, voice gentle, "Go on ahead, lass, I'll grab something for supper." Kashi hesitated, then hurried home, hugging her satchel close. POV Naruto Uzumaki Ikaraku Ramen. Naruto ducked into the ramen stand, warmth wrapping around him. Kyuchai beamed, Aim waved, and for a moment he was just another hungry kid. "Same as always, Naruto?" Kyuchai asked. "One for me and one for Kashi. Extra egg, please." Am leaned in, whispering conspiratorially, "She's doing better this year, isn't she?" Naruto grinned, I think we both are." They chatted about the day, mundane, silly things. Pirate jokes, ramen critiques, the best spot to watch the sunset. Naruto laughed, honest and free. But beneath it, old memories bubbled. A tavern's laughter, a crew's loyalty, promises made at sea. For a moment, he closed his eyes, letting the comfort of this tiny island in the storm steady him. He took the ramen to go, promising to return with stories of his first team test. POV Sakura Haruno home night. Sakura lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. She replayed the day, Naruto's words echoing. "A captain's nothing without a crew." She'd always thought of him as loud, silly, hopeless. But there was a confidence to him now, a wisdom she couldn't ignore, and Sasuke he'd watched Naruto too, silently measuring. Maybe I've been wrong about him, about both of them. She resolved to try harder tomorrow, not just for Sasuke's attention, but for her own growth. POV Sasuke Uchiha compound night. Sasuke trained alone in the fatting light, kunai glinting, sweat trickling down his brow. He replayed the day's events, Naruto's words, Kakashi's arrival, the subtle shift in team dynamics. He couldn't figure Naruto out. No chakra, no obvious skills, yet an uncanny sense of timing in every movement. He'd watched Naruto spar with Kashi before, no wasted motion, a step ahead, predicting attacks with impossible clarity. What is he hiding? He sheathed his kunai, staring up at the stars. Tomorrow he'd find out. POV Kakashi Hatake Hokage's office late night. Kakashi reported in, hands tucked in his pockets, eyes unreadable. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, peered at him over a mountain of paperwork. "How are they?" Kakashi considered. "Strange, strong personalities, Naruto's different, no chakra but a presence I can't explain. He unsettles the others but also draws them together, it's like he's been a leader before." Hiruzen nodded, thoughtful. "Keep a close eye on him, Kakashi, both of the Uzumaki siblings. The village may fear them, but they're Konoha's children. Guide them if you can." Kakashi bowed, understood. POV Naruto Uzumaki apartment rooftop midnight. Naruto sat beneath the stars, the city silent. Kashi's gentle snores drifted from inside. He closed his eyes, letting the world fade away. Old voices surfaced, carried on the wind. A captain lives for his crew, protects them, leads them, dies for them if he must. He pressed a hand to his chest. The ache was less now, replaced by a steady certainty. His path was set, the seas ahead unknown but calling all the same. Tomorrow we set sail. POV Naruto Uzumaki, Training Ground 3 dawn. Gray fog curled around the ancient posts of Training Ground 3, wrapping the world in silence broken only by crows and the low shuffle of feet on dew-soaked grass. Naruto arrived first, an old habit drilled into him by loneliness and a memory of morning musters on distant decks. Kashi had woken him early, pressing a rice ball into his hand with a hopeful "good luck, Nick-san," before hurrying off to meet her own team. He perched on a log, watching the mist swirl, humming that sea shanty tune under his breath. Ships ready before the captain, storms waiting past the horizon. Only the fool sleeps in on a day of testing. His thoughts drifted, pirate memories surging up unbidden, faded and salty. A massive man laughing across a sunlit deck, a rival's blade flashing, the weight of a crown nobody wanted. Naruto pressed a hand to his chest. The ache was dull this morning, but constant. Footsteps snapped him back. Sasuke, silent as ever, dropped onto a stump without greeting. Sakura trailed after, hair tied up tight, a canteen slung over one shoulder. Naruto flashed a grin. "Mornin', crew, ready for a bit of adventure." Sasuke grunted. Sakura huffed, crossing her arms. "This isn't a game, Naruto. Kakashi-sensei said he'd fail anyone who wasn't serious." Naruto only smiled, eyes crinkling. "Aye, but even a storm can be fun if you trust your crew." Sasuke gave him a sidelong glance but said nothing. They waited. Minutes dragged by. Sakura grew fidgety, muttering about Sensei's tardiness. Naruto just leaned back, humming, eyes closed. At exactly 7:45, Kakashi shimmered into existence atop the gate, hands in pockets, orange book in hand. "You're late," Sakura snapped. Kakashi blinked, unbothered. "I got lost on the road of life." Naruto grinned. "That's a poor excuse, Captain. The sea waits for no one." Kakashi's visible eye crinkled. "Pirate again, Naruto." "Aye." POV Kakashi Hatake, Training Ground 3. Kakashi surveyed his team. Even after a single day, the dynamic was obvious. Naruto the unorthodox center, Sakura the earnest, Sasuke the lone wolf. Still, the boy's pirate posturing had an edge. He radiated confidence, presence, something that set even Sasuke on guard. No chakra at all, Kakashi thought, yet he feels more dangerous than most genin. Fascinating. He clapped his hands. "All right, today's exercise is simple. Steal these bells from me by noon. If you fail, you're tied to the post and go without lunch. Only 2 bells, so one of you will lose. That's life." Naruto's eyes gleamed with amusement, like he'd heard a familiar riddle. Kakashi continued, tone dry, "Attack however you want, but I warn you I won't go easy on you. Begin." With a poof, he vanished. POV Naruto Uzumaki, edge of the field. Sakura yelped, spinning to look for their vanished sensei. Sasuke faded into the trees, wordless as smoke. Naruto stayed where he was, stretching. He took a slow breath, tuning out the world. Focus not on chakra, on will, on the way the world moves, the weight of intentions swirling around him. He felt it, Kakashi's presence, masked but vibrant, lurking high up in a tree, watching. Naruto smirked, eyes still closed. A captain never hides from his crew, but a clever one does. He turned to Sakura. "Don't go running in, Sakura. He's waiting for us to make fools of ourselves." She flushed. "I know that. Sasuke's already gone anyway. Shouldn't we go after him?" Naruto grinned. "That's his path. Ours might be different." He looked up, voice pitched just loud enough to carry. "You going to make us chase you all day, sensei?" Leaves rustled overhead, betraying Kakashi's amusement. Sakura hesitated. "What's your plan?" Naruto leaned in, dropping his voice. "Simple, we act like rookies but keep our eyes open, watch for his tells, and stick together." She nodded, grateful for direction. Naruto winked. "Don't worry, even the cleverest fox can be lured from its den." POV Sasuke Uchiha Canopy. Sasuke crept from branch to branch, eyes scanning. He'd seen Kakashi's bell test before. His brother had described it, the real lesson hidden under bluster and competition. He spotted a flicker of silver, Kakashi's headband glinting in the shadows, book still in hand. He's reading during the test. Sasuke tensed, ready to launch a barrage of shuriken, but hesitated. No, he wants me to rush in. Instead, he slipped further into the shadows, circling, looking for an opening. POV Naruto Uzumaki, forest edge. Naruto led Sakura along the tree line, every sense alert. Listen, feel, the world sings if you're quiet enough. He focused, observation haki swirling outward, mapping the area. He felt Kakashi's amusement, Sasuke's impatience, Sakura's anxiety. He whispered, "Stay close, Sakura, watch for traps, and if you see a chance, trust your gut." Sakura nodded, the reassurance of Naruto's presence steadying her nerves. They circled the clearing, a shadow detached itself, a log trap. Naruto stopped short, grinning. "Watch your step." Sakura gasped, "How did you?" Naruto shrugged, "Luck maybe." They moved on, and a barrage of kunai suddenly zipped from the brush. Naruto dove forward, arms snapping up, armament haki lacing his skin, the blades clattering harmlessly against his forearm. Sakura gawked. Naruto, how? He winked, "Old trick, thick skin you could say." Kakashi's laughter filtered down from the trees. Interesting defense, Naruto. Naruto shrugged, dusting off his arm. You'll have to try harder than that, sensei. POV Kakashi Hatake tree branch. Kakashi's interest deepened. The kunai should have left at least a scratch, even with fast reflexes, but Naruto's skin hadn't so much as reddened. That wasn't a substitution or chakra reinforcement. What in the world? He snapped his book shut, vanishing again. POV Sakura Haruno Forest. Sakura's heart pounded, but she pressed on, eyes glued to Naruto's back. He moved with uncanny confidence, pausing at every trap, eyes scanning with a pirate's swagger. She watched his face, so open, so sure. Something about him compelled trust, made her want to follow his lead. Why am I so sure he'll protect me? Naruto halted, crouching behind a boulder. Kakashi's close, he wants to test us apart, don't give him the chance. Sakura nodded, grateful. A shuriken whistled through the air. Naruto caught it mid-flight, tossing it back. It thunked harmlessly into a tree trunk. A flicker, Kakashi's shadow. Naruto grinned, gotcha. POV Sasuke Uchiha clearing. Sasuke slipped into the open, feinting left. He caught a glimpse of Kakashi, just long enough to throw a barrage of kunai. Kakashi blurred, reappearing behind Sasuke. Nice try. Sasuke spun ready, but Kakashi's speed was dazzling. Too slow, Kakashi chided, flicking Sasuke's forehead. Sasuke snarled but recovered fast. He lunged, moving faster than before. Kakashi dodged, eyes flickering with approval. Good instincts, but you're trying to do it alone. That won't work. Sasuke ignored him, feinting right. Kakashi blocked him with one hand, as if handling a child. Sasuke growled, I don't need them. Kakashi's eye narrowed, is that so? POV Naruto Uzumaki Forest. Naruto watched the exchange from afar, a half-smile tugging at his lips. Stubborn lad, but a strong will can be steered if you know the wind. He turned to Sakura. We need to regroup with Sasuke. He's drawing Sensei's attention. Now's our chance. Sakura followed, trusting Naruto's lead. They skirted the edge of the clearing, Naruto using observation haki to predict Kakashi's movements. He felt the subtle shift, Kakashi sensing him in turn. He grinned, so that's your game, sensei. POV Kakashi Hatake clearing. Kakashi paused mid-bout, tilting his head. He's coming, he's not using chakra. Is he reading my intent? He let Sasuke's next attack slip past, falling into a crouch as Naruto burst from the brush, Sakura at his heels. Naruto called Sasuke, team up now. Sasuke bristled, but the urgency in Naruto's voice, calm, commanding, drew him in. Naruto pointed at Kakashi, winking. 3-on-1, sensei, that'd be fair odds for any crew. Kakashi smiled behind his mask. Let's see what you've got then. POV Naruto Uzumaki 3-on-1. He took point, motioning Sakura to the left, Sasuke to the right. Sakura, keep pressure on him, use distractions. Sasuke, cover the escape routes, I'll keep him focused. They moved, a seamless triangle, Naruto leading. Sakura threw a barrage of shuriken, forcing Kakashi to parry. Sasuke flanked, launching a low sweep. Kakashi flowed through their attacks, movements effortless, but his brow furrowed, just a hint. Naruto pressed in, fists wrapped in invisible armament haki, strikes faster and heavier than a genin should muster. Kakashi blocked, surprise flickering in his eye. You're strong, Naruto, where'd you learn that? Naruto grinned, darting back. Trade secret, sensei, pirate code. Sasuke snorted, but he watched Naruto's footwork, adjusting his own stance to match. Sakura, emboldened, darted in. Kakashi caught her easily, but Naruto swept in behind, landing a glancing blow. Kakashi leapt away, bells jingling at his hip. Clever teamwork. Naruto winked at his teammates. Told you, a crew's got more bite than a lone shark. Sasuke nodded, grudging respect in his eyes. Sakura beamed, confidence rising. POV Kakashi Hatake training ground. Kakashi retreated to the top of a stump, watching. He's making them work as a unit without any real chakra support, and that punch, my arm tingled just for a moment. What is this power? He called time almost up. Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto regrouped. Naruto's eyes darted between them. We need a plan, Sakura whispered. He's too fast. Naruto tapped his chin, a pirate's mischief gleaming. Sakura when I give the word, fake an injury. Sasuke when he moves to help her, we pincer him, I'll go for the bells. Sasuke nodded, silent approval. Sakura swallowed but steeled herself. They moved, Sakura stumbling, crying out. Kakashi flickered over, caution plain. Naruto and Sasuke closed in, Naruto's fist flashing. Sasuke's kunai aimed for Kakashi's sleeve. Kakashi dodged, but Naruto's hand snaked out, grabbing a bell. He tossed it to Sakura. Sasuke lunged, snatching the second bell as Kakashi deflected Naruto's arm. Kakashi landed, bells missing, a smile in his eye. Well done. POV Sakura Haruno post-test. She stared at the bell in her hand, pulse racing. We did it. Naruto laughed, wild and bright, eyes nothing like a bit of trickery to win the day. Sasuke allowed himself a small, satisfied smirk. Kakashi folded his arms, regarding them. You passed, all of you. Sakura gasped, but there were only 2 bells. Kakashi nodded. The real test wasn't about the bells, it was teamwork. Most genin fail because they refuse to work together. He looked at Naruto, respect plain. But you saw through it, Naruto, you led them. You 3 are now officially Team 7. Naruto's smile softened, the weight of unspoken memory in his eyes. A captain protects his crew, always. Sakura wiped tears from her eyes. Sasuke looked away, but a faint smile played on his lips. POV Kakashi Hatake Academy Report. Later that afternoon, Kakashi filed his first official report. Team 7 displays unorthodox teamwork. Naruto Uzumaki cannot use chakra but possesses abilities akin to advanced taijutsu and perhaps unique sensory skills. Leadership qualities unexpected. Recommendation, monitor closely. Unusual charisma, teammates follow his lead instinctively. Potential danger or opportunity. He paused, tapping the pen against his mask. Feels familiar, like someone I read about long ago. He closed the file, eyes narrowing. POV Naruto Uzumaki apartment rooftop night. The day ended with laughter and a simple dinner. Kashi hung on every detail as Naruto recounted the bell test, acting out Sakura's dramatic injury and Sasuke's silent attack. She laughed so hard she nearly choked on her tea. I knew you'd pass, Nick-san. I wish I could be on your team. Naruto ruffled her hair. Aye, but every ship sails its own course. You'll be a captain someday yourself, Kashi. She smiled, pride shining in her eyes. When she was asleep, Naruto climbed onto the roof, letting the night air fill his lungs. Today felt right, like the start of something big. The stars above seemed brighter, the world wider than before. The seas call, boy, the crew is gathering, adventure awaits. POV Naruto Uzumaki, Konoha Mission Office, morning. Sunlight angled through the blinds, slashing stripes of gold across the mission office floor. Naruto lounged against the back wall, arms crossed, one boot tapping the polished wood. Sakura fiddled with her hair, biting her lip. Sasuke, as always, stood aloof by the window, scanning the village rooftops below. Kakashi slouched against the wall, orange book open, unreadable behind his mask and heavy-lidded gaze. Outside, the world bustled with the early stirrings of merchants and ninja. Inside, Team 7 waited for their fate, another day, another D-rank. Naruto let out a long, theatrical sigh. If we have to chase one more runaway cat, I might start teaching the clients to fish instead. A true captain doesn't swab the deck for scraps, Sakura elbowed him, though a smile betrayed her amusement. You'd rather do dangerous work, I like the easy missions. He gave a dramatic shudder. Sakura, there's nothing easy about cleaning old man Tsubaki's pigpen. That muck's alive. It almost took my boot yesterday. Even Sasuke smirked faintly at that, hiding it beneath a shake of his head. The door rattled. Uruka appeared, clipboard in hand, his gaze flicking affectionately to Naruto and the others. Team 7, congratulations again on passing the bell test. Today's assignment, escort duty for the village council. Report to mission desk 2. Kakashi closed his book with a snap. Ah, the thrill of paperwork. Naruto snorted, and here I thought we'd be sailing to unknown shores by now. Kakashi eyed him, amused. Patience, Captain, even the best crews start with mop duty. POV Sakura Haruno, mission desk 2. The counselor they were to escort turned out to be a stooped, gray-bearded man who smelled faintly of pickled daikon and wore 3 different colors of socks. He nodded briskly at the team, offering a stack of scrolls and a muttered, "Don't drop these, girl," to Sakura. Naruto intercepted the scrolls with a flourish, tucking them under one arm. "Don't worry, sir, a captain guards his cargo." The old man eyed him suspiciously. "Just keep up, I don't have time for children's games." They set off, walking the main avenue as market day bloomed around them, carts of bright vegetables, squawking chickens, merchant wives haggling in sharp voices. Naruto found himself walking point, head on a swivel, soaking in every detail. Danger rarely comes from the horizon, it hides in the crowd, in eyes too careful in the hush before a storm. He felt something, a flicker of unease, not quite threat but not ordinary either. Observation hacky brushing the world's surface, rippling over it. The counselor's intent, impatient, dismissive but not afraid. The crowd mostly normal, though a child's hungry eyes lingered too long on a vendor's sweets. Nothing dangerous, yet. Kakashi watched Naruto from the corner of his eye. He doesn't scan for chakra, he senses intent. I've never seen anything like it. Sasuke picked up the rear, gaze as sharp as a hawk's. Sakura walked beside Naruto, glancing sideways at him every so often. "You always seem so relaxed, aren't you worried about an ambush?" Naruto flashed her a grin. Never know when a storm might hit, Sakura, but worrying doesn't stop the rain. Best keep your sails ready and your crew closer. Sakura blinked, unable to suppress a smile. "You really do talk like a pirate." He leaned in, whispering, "Don't tell the Hokage or he'll make me walk the plank." Sakura giggled, startled by her own laughter. POV Kakashi Hatake village gates. By midday, the mission was done. No threats, just the monotony of escort duty and the counselor's endless complaints about youth these days. Team 7 returned to the mission office, scrolls intact. Kakashi signed the report, yawning behind his mask. "Not the most exciting day, but you all did well." Naruto slouched, exaggeratedly bored. "We're wasted on lost cats and cranky elders, sensei." Sasuke nodded, for once in agreement. "If this is all being a ninja is, maybe I'll become a merchant." Sakura laughed, bright and genuine. "I'd pay to see that." Kakashi tucked away his book. "Don't be too eager. The real world isn't kind to rookies. The Hokage assigns missions based on your team's readiness." Naruto opened his mouth for another pirate quip, but the office door crashed open. A harried-looking Chunin burst in, dragging a bespectacled, nervous client behind him. The man's hair stood on end, his clothes patched and travel-stained. He clutched a battered hat in trembling hands. I need help," the client blurted, eyes wild. "Please, my village, it's under threat. I need a ninja team, a real one." Uruka stepped forward. "Sir, please calm down, state your name and request." The man bowed so low his glasses slipped down his nose. "I am Tazuna, a bridge builder from the land of waves. I can't pay much, but my home is in danger. Please, I beg you, protect me while I finish the bridge. If Gado's men find me, I'll be..." He broke off, swallowing hard. Kakashi's eyes sharpened, all traces of laziness gone. Team 7 is available for C-rank escort, Hokage-sama. Sarutobi, appearing from the hall, stroked his beard thoughtfully. "You have performed adequately in your D ranks. Very well, Team 7, prepare for departure. You leave in 1 hour." Naruto's heart leapt. At last, a real voyage. Sasuke's eyes glittered with anticipation. Sakura nodded, determination firming her features. Kakashi simply said, "Pack for trouble." POV Naruto Uzumaki apartment. Naruto burst through the door, startling Kashi from her sketchbook. "Nick-san, you're early," she beamed. "Did you finally get to rescue a princess?" Naruto scooped her up in a bear hug. "Close enough, lass. We're heading out on escort, dangerous roads, real bandits, the whole deal. Won't be back for a bit." Her expression flickered, pride and worry tangled together. "Promise you'll come back." He set her down gently, ruffling her hair. "Nothing on this earth could keep me from my favorite sister. You keep practicing, Kashi. I want to hear all about your own team's adventures when I get back." She nodded, eyes shining. "And you'll tell me pirate stories?" Every last one." He packed quickly, a change of clothes, ration bars, his old blue jacket, a few odds and ends, plus the battered straw hat he'd found in a second-hand shop for luck. He hesitated, feeling the weight of memory pressing from within. A crown no king would want, a crew that spanned the seas, adventure and the shadow of death always close behind. He shook it off. This was a new world and he had a new crew. POV Sakura Haruno home. Sakura's mother watched her pack with a worried frown. It's only a C rank, right? Be careful, Sakura. Not everyone in the world is kind. Sakura forced a smile. I'll be with Kakashi-sensei and Naruto and Sasuke. Her mother hesitated. That boy Naruto, is he really? Sakura cut her off sharper than intended. He's strong and he's part of our team. Her mother pressed her lips together but said nothing more. He is strong, even if he is strange, I trust him, Sakura thought, surprised at her own conviction. POV Sasuke Uchiha compound. Sasuke moved through his packing with clinical efficiency. Kunai, shuriken, wire, food pills. His mind replayed the bell test, Naruto's odd power, the way he'd predicted Kakashi's moves. No chakra but dangerous all the same. He makes people follow him without trying. Is that leadership or something else? He glanced at the family shrine, remembering his brother's words. A true leader inspires those around him. Be wary of those you can't understand. Sasuke's jaw tightened. I'll figure you out, Naruto, even if I have to chase you to the ends of the earth. POV Team 7 Village Gates. The team assembled at the southern gate, Kakashi relaxed and unreadable, Sakura clutching her pack and bouncing nervously, Sasuke all cold focus, and Naruto hat tipped at a jaunty angle, swaggering with barely restrained excitement. Tazuna waited fidgeting. Kakashi surveyed them then nodded, last chance to back out. Sasuke scoffed, let's go. Naruto grinned, aye captain. Sakura rolled her eyes but the corners of her mouth twitched up. If this is what adventure feels like, maybe I could get used to it. They strode out, the world opening before them, dirt road winding away into the mist. POV Naruto Uzumaki on the road. The first few hours passed in relative quiet, the morning dew burning away beneath the rising sun. Tazuna muttered and grumbled, but his eyes never stopped scanning the brush. Naruto kept pace at the front, senses alert. The forest isn't silent, not really. Birds, frogs, the wind, but underneath intentions swirl, sometimes sharp, sometimes dull. Observation Haki teased at the edges of his mind. A squirrel, a crow, a man dozing in a distant hut, but nothing sinister. Sasuke crept up beside him. You're not scanning for chakra, are you? You just know. Naruto shrugged, watching a crow spiral overhead. The sea tells you plenty if you listen. It's not about chakra, it's about what people mean, not just what they do. Sasuke considered that in silence. From behind, Sakura piped up, do you always talk like you're twice your age? Naruto chuckled, maybe the world's just making me old fast, Sakura. Kakashi cut in, keep your guard up, bandits don't send invitations. Naruto's grin sharpened, aye, but I'll know when they come. POV Kakashi Hatake roadside noon. They paused for lunch beside a narrow stream. Kakashi watched his students over his book. Sasuke surveyed the forest, ever watchful. Sakura divided the lunch rations, fussing over everyone's portions. Naruto perched on a stone, hands behind his head, eyes half closed. But Kakashi saw the subtle movements, the way he scanned the tree line, the slight tilt of his head as if listening for something the others couldn't hear. Tazuna ate hungrily, shooting anxious looks at every shadow. Kakashi finished his chapter and stretched. Let's move. POV Naruto Uzumaki forest path. The path narrowed, mud clinging to their boots. Water pooled in ditches, the trees pressing closer. The sense of unease grew. Naruto focused, observation Haki extending ripples in a pond, vibrations in the air. He felt it then, a flicker of killing intent, masked but not gone. 2 points low to the ground, moving fast, closing from behind. He stopped, hand rising in warning. Sakura, Tazuna, stay close. Sasuke's eyes narrowed, recognizing the change in Naruto's tone. A rustle, then a chain whipped out, lashing around a tree, snapping taut. 2 masked figures erupted from the undergrowth, claws gleaming, the demon brothers. POV Sasuke Uchiha combat. Sasuke reacted instantly, kunai drawn. He lunged, blocking the first brother's swipe. Metal clanged, sparks flying. The second brother darted toward Tazuna, claws outstretched. Naruto moved faster than Sakura could track, slipping between Tazuna and danger. His fist connected, a crack echoing as the attacker went flying. Sasuke stared. He didn't use chakra, just pure power. Kakashi appeared behind the remaining brother, a kunai at his throat. Not bad, Team 7, but stay sharp, there may be more. Naruto dusted off his hands, winking at Sasuke. No need for magic tricks when your crew's got your back. Sakura helped Tazuna to his feet, eyes wide. Are you okay? He nodded, shaken but unharmed. Naruto turned to the downed attackers. Who sent you? They glared, silent. Kakashi tied them up, gaze wary. We'll question them later, for now move. POV Sakura Haruno aftermath. They marched on, the attack still hanging in the air. Sakura felt her hands shaking, but she steadied them, watching Naruto move ahead, unflappable. She caught up, lowering her voice. How did you know, Naruto? He looked at her, earnest. The world speaks, you just have to listen for it. She found herself nodding, comforted despite herself. Sasuke trailed nearby, eyes on Naruto, calculating. POV Kakashi Hatake, quiet road. Kakashi walked in silence, replaying the fight. Naruto reacted before the chain snapped. His instincts are nearly supernatural, not chakra, willpower, or something even older. He glanced at the boy, who strode with the confidence of someone who'd walked into battle 100 times. Who are you, Naruto, and what are you becoming? POV Naruto Uzumaki evening camp. They camped at a clearing, night pressing in, the smell of pine heavy in the air. Sakura gathered firewood, Sasuke sharpened his kunai, and Kakashi tended to Tazuna, who huddled close to the flames. Naruto sat cross-legged, hat tipped forward, watching embers rise. Sakura joined him, sitting close. Do you ever get scared, Naruto? He thought about it, storms, swords, death, a life remembered and a future unwritten. He smiled, soft and honest. Every captain fears the storm, but the trick is to set sail anyway. She leaned into him just for a moment. I think I'd follow you, even if the sea was rough. He looked at her, surprised but warmed. Aye, Sakura, that's all a captain can ask. Sasuke glanced over, eyes narrowing, not with jealousy but with dawning respect. Kakashi, half awake, watched from the shadows, a thoughtful look in his eye. Tazuna stared into the fire, haunted. Thank you, all of you. Naruto tipped his hat. It's what a good crew does, old man. Night deepened, the wind shifted, bringing with it the promise of storms and secrets. Team 7 huddled closer to the flames, new bonds tested by danger, a journey only just begun. The seas ahead were wild, but they would face them together. POV Naruto Uzumaki rode to the land of waves, morning. Mist clung to the world like a shroud as Team 7 pressed onward, the forest crowding the narrow road. Naruto's straw hat sat low, dew beating on the brim. His senses buzzed not with chakra but with the restless current of intent. Every step he felt Kashi's distant warmth like a lighthouse behind him and his own crew at his sides. Sakura's quick nervous breath, Sasuke's measured footfalls, Kakashi's unreadable presence. Tazuna shuffled at the center, pale and tense, clutching the strap of his battered satchel. The scent of damp leaves and earth filled the air, birds quieting overhead. Danger hung, heavy as thunder before a storm. Naruto slid a glance at Sasuke, then at Sakura, catching her eye and tipping his hat in reassurance. She tried to smile. You feel it too. Aye, the sea's restless, something's lurking. Kakashi glanced back, eyes sharp above his mask. Stay alert, we're almost through this stretch of woods. They rounded a bend, the road here twisted over a shallow ditch, water scummy and still. Naruto's skin prickled. Something wrong, observation hacky pulsed like a sonar ping. Then, a snap. A chain whipped from the undergrowth, lashing around Kakashi's ankles, yanking him into the air. Sakura gasped. Two shapes exploded from the brush, gray-clad, masked, claws flashing. The Demon Brothers. POV Sasuke Uchiha Battle's Edge. Sasuke moved without thought, body honed by endless training. He whipped a kunai from his pouch, lunging at the first brother as the man slashed for Tazuna. Metal rang on steel, sparks leaping. The second brother streaked past fast, but not fast enough. Naruto blocked the attack, moving with uncanny anticipation. His forearm met the claws with a hollow thud. No blood, no tear, just the sensei's eyes narrowing. For a moment, Sasuke swore the very air around Naruto thickened, an invisible armor. How there's no chakra flare, just presence like a storm breaking. Stay behind us, Tazuna, Naruto called, voice ironclad. Sakura pulled the bridge builder to the ground, shielding him with her body. The first brother pressed Sasuke, claws raking, blows quick and savage. Sasuke ducked, countered, slashed low, his kunai met claws, deflecting with a burst of sparks. The second brother whirled on Naruto. Die brat. Naruto moved, not dodging but knowing, leaning aside before the claws flashed, stepping into the brother's guard. He slammed his fist into the man's gut, a dull crack, breath leaving the attacker's lungs. Sasuke glimpsed Naruto's eyes steady, utterly unafraid. POV Sakura Haruno at the center. Everything happened so fast. Sakura's heart hammered in her chest as she shielded Tazuna, willing her body to act, to be brave. I'm not just the weak link anymore, I won't be. She watched Sasuke and Naruto move, a dance of pure instinct. No hand signs, no flashy jutsu, just speed, prediction, and power. The brother facing Naruto lashed out, claws whistling. Naruto caught his wrist, twisting sharply. There was a pop, a howl, then Naruto spun, hurling the man into a tree. Sasuke leapt, fainting high, then sweeping the first brother's legs. The man stumbled. Sasuke pressed in, kunai at the ready, but the brother recovered, claws scraping Sasuke's arm, drawing a thin line of blood. Sakura surged to her feet, Sasuke behind. The warning came, a heartbeat before the second brother, staggering, rushed in. Naruto's arm shot out, grabbing the man's collar, yanking him off balance. Sasuke grunted, pivoted, and drove his kunai down, just enough force to pin, not kill. Both demon brothers slumped, defeated but alive. POV Kakashi Hatake watching from the shadows. Kakashi, having slipped his bonds the instant the trap snapped, had watched the encounter from a hidden perch. He was ready to intervene, but he hadn't needed to. No chakra techniques, just pure will and teamwork. Naruto's awareness is beyond even most jounin. And that defense, it isn't armor, it's intent given form. Armament somehow. He dropped down, landing lightly as the mist thinned. Well done, team, he said quietly. Naruto dusted his hands, smirking. You can join the fight anytime, sensei. Kakashi feigned a yawn. You had it under control. He looked at Sakura. You protected the client, good instinct. Sakura flushed, surprised at the praise. Sasuke, catching his breath, eyed Naruto sidelong. How'd you know where they'd strike? Naruto shrugged. The world tells you if you listen. You did well, Sasuke, nice moves. Sasuke stiffened, unused to open praise, but managed a terse nod. Tazuna stared at them all, trembling. You're just kids, but you fought like real ninja, thank you. Naruto gave him a crooked grin. Even the smallest crew can fight off a storm. POV Tazuna aftermath. He wiped his brow, heart still pounding. I thought for sure we were finished. I hired kids, but they saved me. That blonde one, he looked like he'd done this 100 times before. Tazuna tried to steady his nerves. Are there going to be more attacks? Kakashi eyed the bound demon brothers. These men work for Zabuza Mamachi. If he's after you, things are more dangerous than you admitted. Tazuna blanched. I didn't have enough money for a higher rank mission. If you'd known, you never would have taken the job. Naruto's gaze softened. A captain doesn't abandon his crew or his clients. Kakashi sighed. We'll continue, but stay alert. Sakura, tend to Sasuke's arm. Naruto, help me tie up the prisoners. Naruto nodded. As they worked, he felt the prickle of something old and familiar, memories of another life, another world, men loyal to the end, storms weathered side by side. This is what I was born for. POV Sakura Haruno, tending wounds. She found the wound on Sasuke's forearm, a shallow cut but bleeding steadily. She cleaned it with her canteen, then tore a strip from her sleeve, bandaging it as best she could. Sasuke eyed her. You've done this before. She blushed. My mom taught me first aid for my father's work in the garden. He grunted but didn't pull away. Naruto flashed her a thumbs up. Nice work, Sakura. She smiled, proud. For once she hadn't just watched, she'd helped. POV Naruto Uzumaki walking the road. They left the demon brothers tied to a tree, Kakashi reporting their capture via messenger bird. The road ahead grew wilder, trees arching overhead, mist curling at their feet. Naruto took point, senses wide open. He didn't know why, but every sound, every whisper in the forest rang clear to him, observation hacky whispering truths. Sakura hurried to walk beside him, voice low. Did you really know they'd attack, or did you just guess? He thought about it, a bit of both, I suppose. In the old days, pirates called it the voice of all things. The sea tells you when danger's coming. She stared at him. You really are strange, Naruto. He grinned, tipping his hat. Maybe the world needs a little more strange. She giggled, the tension easing. Sasuke stalked behind them, listening. Kakashi brought up the rear, mind whirring. He called it the voice of all things. That's not in any Konoha records. Where did he learn that? POV Tazuna unburdening. As they walked, Tazuna seemed to age 10 years in an hour, shoulders drooping under invisible weight. He cleared his throat. I should have told you more. The man after me is Gato. He's hired missing Nin to kill me to stop the bridge. My village, it's starving. If I finish the bridge, we'll be free from his control. But if I die... His voice faltered. Sakura touched his sleeve. We won't let that happen. Naruto nodded, his voice gentle. There's nothing more precious than a crew that won't abandon you. Tazuna looked at Naruto, something like hope flickering in his eyes. POV Naruto Uzumaki, twilight approach. They traveled until sunset, the world turning gold and green. The air grew heavy with salt, an estuary, river broadening. Ahead, a weathered pier jutted from the shore, an old fisherman waiting in a leaky boat. Kakashi handed Tazuna over, checking the perimeter. We'll cross here, quicker, less chance of another ambush. They piled into the boat, Tazuna beside the oarsman, Team 7 crammed on either side. Naruto leaned over the rail, eyes wide. The water shimmered, deep and dark, wind singing through the reeds. He smiled, something deep inside stirring. Home, not this home, but some echo of it, a life at sea. Laughter, treasure, freedom. Sasuke nudged him. You look like you want to jump in. Naruto chuckled. Maybe I do. There's more world out there than anyone ever sees. Sakura hugged her knees. Are you scared? Naruto shook his head. Not of the water, only of failing my crew. She looked at him, thoughtful. POV Sakura Haruno, crossing the water. Sakura watched the riverbank slip away, mist curling in the dusk. The old fisherman rowed quietly, gaze wary. Every sound, frog croaks, water slap, made her nerves jump. But Naruto's calm steadied her. She listened to the rhythm of the oars, to the pirate stories he told Tazuna, to his easy confidence. She felt herself wanting to believe him, to trust. She whispered, Naruto, why aren't you afraid? He met her eyes, serious now. Everyone's afraid sometimes, but the trick is to trust your crew and keep sailing anyway. She nodded, maybe I can be brave too. POV Kakashi Hatake, watchful night. They landed as night fell, slipping through the quiet village, houses leaning together like conspirators. Lights flickered in a handful of windows. Tazuna led them to his home, a cottage perched above the shore, the wood gray with age. Inside, a thin woman greeted them, Tazuna's daughter, Tsunami. Her eyes lingered on the swords and bandages, but she welcomed them in, serving a simple meal of rice and salted fish. Naruto ate with gusto, praising the cook like she was a royal chef. Sakura made quiet conversation. Sasuke brooded over his food, eyes darting to the windows. Kakashi ate slowly, one eye on the door. After supper, they sat by the fire, Tazuna telling stories of the bridge, of his hope for freedom, of the terror Gato had brought. Naruto listened, absorbing every word. The world's full of tyrants, old man, but it's also full of people who will fight back. That's what makes a true adventure. POV Naruto Uzumaki, midnight reflection. Later, long after everyone else slept, Naruto stepped outside, boots crunching on the sand. The sea murmured nearby, waves slapping the shore. He gazed at the moon, heart full and restless. Storms ahead, boy, this world's as wild as any ocean. But a captain's job is always the same, protect the crew no matter the cost. For a moment he felt the echo of laughter, old, bright, rolling across water. He smiled, determined. No matter how wild the seas become, I'll see this through. POV Naruto Uzumaki, Tazuna's cottage dawn. The fog over wave country felt alive, thick, swirling, curling fingers tapping at the cottage windows as if searching for a way inside. Naruto rose before the others, boots silent on old wooden floorboards. He paused at Kushi's letter, tucked in his jacket, and smiled. She'd scold me for worrying too much, but a captain watches the weather, and this fog's more than weather. Naruto moved outside, air damp and briny, salt and river mud mingling. He watched the sun struggle to pierce the gloom. Behind him, Kakashi materialized like a shade. Can't sleep, Naruto. Naruto shrugged, feels like the sea before a squall, sensei, calm but not peaceful. Kakashi regarded him, hands in pockets. Your instincts are good, listen to them. Naruto grinned, I've learned the world whispers if you know how to listen. For a moment, Kakashi considered him, then just as quietly he said, there are enemies that even the bravest pirate should fear. Naruto met his gaze, but no storm ever turned me back. The door creaked, letting out Sakura, hair neatly tied, face serious. Sasuke followed, eyes cold and sharp. Tazuna clutched his tool bag, shoulders hunched. Kakashi turned, eat fast, we're moving, everyone be alert. POV Sakura Haruna, Forest Road. Mist pressed in as they followed Tazuna down the rutted path toward the bridge. Every shadow stretched long, every movement magnified by silence. Sakura's heart raced, but Naruto's easy stride steadied her. He's not afraid, he's never afraid. Why do I trust him so much? She forced herself to focus. Formation, sensei. Kakashi, one eye scanning the trees, nodded. Naruto, lead, Sasuke right, Sakura left, I'll cover the rear, keep Tazuna at the center. Sakura nodded, gripping her kunai, forcing her mind into the moment. No genjutsu, no illusions, just her team, the mist, and the feeling of eyes in the gloom. POV Naruto Uzumaki point. Naruto walked at the front, hat low, hands loose at his sides. He let observation haki bleed out in every direction, searching, mapping intent, feeling the world's pulse. The fog felt thickest ahead, cold as a grave. Suddenly the world grew colder, the birdsong vanished, his skin prickled. Naruto paused, signaling quietly, stop, something here. Kakashi's voice was steel, everyone down. A massive sword hurtled from the trees, spinning like a saw. It embedded itself in the path, quivering. A shadow landed atop it, a tall, muscular man in a mist ninja's uniform, bandages wrapped around his lower face, eyes narrow as knives. Zabuza Mamachi, the demon of the hidden mist. Sasuke's breath caught, Sakura shivered, even Tazuna blanched, lips trembling. Kakashi stepped forward, I never leaving Zabuza, stay behind me. Zabuza's voice rolled out, deep and mocking. So, they send children and a copy ninja to face me, this will be over soon. Naruto stepped forward, chin high, you'll find we're not so easy to drown. Zabuza's gaze flicked over him, pausing as if seeing something unexpected. He smiled, slow and dangerous. POV Sasuke Uchiha tension. Sasuke's hands tightened around his kunai. He could sense Zabuza's killing intent, thick, suffocating, pressing down like an ocean wave. But Naruto stood steady, eyes defiant. He doesn't flinch, he's different, stronger than any genin should be, I won't be left behind. Zabuza's eyes narrowed, the first to speak, a blondie, brave or foolish. Naruto smirked, a captain's duty is to keep the crew afloat. Zabuza laughed, let's see if you can keep them breathing. The mist thickened, rolling in from every direction. POV Kakashi Hatake confrontation. Kakashi pushed his hit 8 up, revealing his Sharingan. Stay close, he's a master of silent killing. Zabuza vanished, the world became nothing but fog and heartbeat. There behind. Kakashi blocked Zabuza's sword, steel ringing. The two jounin clashed, the air thrumming with tension. Kakashi moved with surgical grace, Zabuza with predatory power. Naruto's instinct screamed, observation haki flaring. He's to the left, no above. Naruto, Sakura hissed, what do we do? He focused, mapping Zabuza's killing intent. He's circling, he's using the mist, listening, waiting for us to panic. Don't move unless you must. Sasuke, trembling, steadied himself. We can't just sit here. Naruto's gaze was ice. We wait for our chance, trust me. Sakura nodded, voice small but firm. I trust you, Naruto. POV Zabuza Mamachi, Predator's eyes. Zabuza watched the genin huddle, amusement curling in his chest. Not even a flicker of fear from that blonde brat. Interesting, most children would be pissing themselves by now. He moved through the mist like a ghost, sword dragging, ready to strike. Let's see who cracks first. POV Naruto Uzumaki reading the storm. Every instinct from 2 lives told Naruto, don't blink, don't show weakness, but don't fight the way the enemy wants. Zabuza's killing intent was a wave, pressing, choking. But Naruto pressed back will against will, pouring his own conqueror's haki into the air. It was raw, not entirely controlled, but it rolled out in a ripple, invisible but real. For a moment, the fog shuddered. Zabuza's approach slowed, his predatory certainty stumbling. Sasuke and Sakura felt it, a sudden easing, as if someone had cracked open a door to sunlight. Sasuke blinked. What did he just do? The pressure changed. Kakashi too felt the shift, Naruto's presence rising, steadying the team, disrupting the enemy's rhythm. Zabuza hissed, "What trick is this?" Naruto smiled, quiet and sharp, just holding the line, Demon-san, the seas don't part for the weak. POV Sakura Haruno, courage. Something had changed. Sakura found herself breathing easier, heart slowing. Naruto's will, whatever it was, had cut through the fog of terror. She ready to kunai, forcing herself to stand taller, no longer just hiding. Sasuke stepped closer to Naruto, not a word but solidarity. POV Zabuza Mamachi, miscalculation. Zabuza, for the first time in years, hesitated. The kid's aura was wrong, not chakra, not genjutsu. It reminded him of the bloodlust of killers, but colder, older. Who is this brat? He snarled, rushing Kakashi again. The two jounin clashed, water flying as sword met kunai, mist swirling. Kakashi called over his shoulder, "Get Tazuna out of range." Naruto nodded, Sakura right, Sasuke left, move. They scattered, pulling Tazuna with them, as Zabuza tried to split his attention. But Kakashi held him, forcing the demon back. POV Sasuke Uchiha stepping up. Sasuke led Tazuna into the reeds, glancing back at Naruto. He's not just lucky, he's reading Zabuza like a book. Even that pressure, it's not chakra, but it's strong. Stronger than anything I can do now, but I won't let myself fall behind. He watched for movement, kunai ready, eyes darting. POV Naruto Uzumaki, hunter senses. Naruto stayed close to Sakura, both of them flanking Tazuna. The world was noise and silence, every splash, every footfall mapped by observation haki. He felt Zabuza's focus shift, the predator's intent split between Kakashi and them. He whispered, "He'll come for the weakest link, stay ready." Sakura swallowed, hand steady on her kunai. "I am." Naruto's eyes hardened, ready to meet whatever came. POV Kakashi Hatake, edge of desperation. The battle with Zabuza raged, mist swirled, weapons flashed. Kakashi's sharing in read every movement, but Zabuza was relentless, every feint a brush with death. "I can't afford to slip, one mistake and they're all dead." He risked a glance. Naruto was guiding the team, not with panic, but calm certainty. He's leading like a veteran, like. He blocked another strike. He reminds me of Minato, but even Minato never radiated this kind of presence. Zabuza vanished again. Kakashi braced, he's going for the genin. POV Naruto Uzumaki, the strike. Naruto felt Zabuza's intent gather, murderous, focused, fast as a drawn blade. He moved, not thinking, just knowing. He threw himself between Tazuna and the blur of steel, arms crossed. Armament haki wrapped him in invisible protection. Zabuza's sword crashed down. The blow drove Naruto to one knee but didn't break skin. The impact echoed like thunder. Sakura screamed. Sasuke rushed in, kunai flashing, catching Zabuza's arm and forcing him back. Naruto stood, breath ragged but unbowed. Zabuza snarled, frustrated, eyes narrowing. "What are you, brat?" Naruto grinned, teeth bared, just a captain doing his job. Zabuza lashed out furious, but Kakashi appeared, intercepting, water spraying. POV Sakura Haruno, shock and awe. She saw Naruto block a blow that should have killed him. No armor, no chakra, just will. Who is he? She saw Sasuke too, moving in perfect sync with Naruto, backing him up, not letting fear show. She realized all at once that their team wasn't like any other. POV Sasuke Uchiha, rivals fire. He'd moved without thinking, drawing Zabuza's attack away, trusting Naruto to stand his ground. "We're not just genin, we're something else. Naruto, you're dragging me forward whether I want it or not." POV Zabuza Mamachi rattled. Blood pounded in Zabuza's ears. He'd meant to carve through these children, force Kakashi's hand. But the blonde was impossible. His body had stopped the blade, his will had cut through Zabuza's own killing intent. He pressed harder, rage surging. POV Kakashi Hatake, turning the tide. Kakashi drew Zabuza away, calling, "Protect Tazuna." Naruto called back, "We've got him, sensei." Kakashi and Zabuza clashed, water and steel, the Kapanin pressing his sharing an advantage. Zabuza faltered, breathing ragged. Then just as Kakashi moved for the finishing blow, a blur from the mist. Needles flashed, Zabuza stiffened, eyes wide. He fell, water exploding around him. A masked hunter nin landed, silent as a wraith. "I'll take care of the body," the figure intoned, voice high and androgynous. "He's dangerous even in death." Kakashi nodded, weary. "Go ahead." Naruto watched the hunter nin move, eyes narrowed, haki flaring. Something about their intent, too careful, too quiet. This isn't over, that wasn't an ordinary hunter nin. POV Team 7 Aftermath. The fog began to lift, Tazuna sank to his knees, weeping with relief. Sakura helped him up, heart pounding. Kakashi slumped, the Sharingan covered. "We'll rest, stay together, we're not out of danger yet." Naruto watched the horizon, senses open, memory whispering. Sometimes the sea hides more than storms. Sasuke glanced at Naruto, 1,000 questions in his eyes. Sakura simply said, "Thank you, Naruto." Naruto smiled, a captain's promise in his gaze. POV Naruto Uzumaki night at the cottage. That night, as the wind rattled the eaves, Naruto sat by the dark window, watching moonlit waves. He felt the weight of new memory, a man standing against a tyrant, laughter echoing in battle, a will too stubborn to break. He pressed his palm to the glass, resolve burning. "No matter how strong the storm, I will protect my crew. I am who I am, and that will be enough." The sea sang distant and wild. And there you have it, Naruto's incredible journey from academy student to Hokage, awakening the memories and power of the Pirate King. From that first conqueror's haki moment to the epic final battle recreating Roger's legendary last words, absolutely phenomenal. What was your favorite moment? The Zabuza memory awakening, protecting Sakura with Conqueror's haki? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what other crazy crossovers you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.